Hello guys, and welcome back again to my YouTube channel. If you're seeing this face for the first time, my name is FaithOjone, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back again. So in today's video, I'll be telling you the things to consider when renting an apartment here in the UK, because based on my personal experience, I wouldn't want you to make the same mistake. So I'm here to list all the things to consider when renting an apartment. You need to watch this video till the end because you need to know everything you need to consider when getting an apartment in the UK. So without saying so much, let's get right into the video. I made some notes on my phone so I don't leave out any details at all on the things to consider when renting your first apartment here in the UK, here in England. Okay, so my number one on the list is the location. When renting an accommodation here in England, you need to consider location, because some apartments might be super fine, everything, the environment is good, but the location might not be okay for you. Location may affect your transport system, your transport fare. Where you stay will determine how much you'll be spending on transportation. Aside from the transportation, some of the places, their transport system close on time. Let's take for example London. Where I was living before in London, like, you can find train even at 1 a.m. like midnight, 1 a.m. you can still get a train, you know. But where I am currently, they call it Caterham, not Caterham. So I've been pronouncing that wrongly, guys. I've been pronouncing it so wrongly. So it's called Caterham, and I don't know. Most of British words are not pronounced the way it's spelled, guys. So pardon me. So like I was saying, here the location you choose will have so many effects on you. Okay, it could be your commute time. When you're going to work, how far is it? What is your commute time? If you're going to be spending like an hour to go to work, I would not advise you to get an apartment like an hour to your work, because you'll be spending so much on transport and train. And if you work at night, you might not get train at night, because some location, their train system or transport system closes early. Okay, you need to think about that before you choose an apartment. Okay, because sometimes you just see a very beautiful house, good apartment, it has everything you want, but it is so far away, like you need to commute for so long to get to work. It's not worth it, seriously, because if you include your transport to the rent, you find out that you're spending more for trying accommodation and transport system. If you include your transport fare to your rent, you can get a good apartment close to where you work. So think about it very well when you're choosing an apartment. Think about the location very, very well. Location matters a lot. And sometimes when you get to the place you're looking for a house, take out time, go around the environment, go around that particular location, and check if you have access to the things you want, the things you need. Does the place, the environment you're moving to, does it have everything you need? Because where I am currently, it doesn't have African food. I have to travel all the way to West Croydon to get African food, which is like an hour 30 minutes. That is not what you want, to be honest, because sometimes I get stuck with one food. I get to eat one food for almost a week or 2 weeks max sometimes, like, and it's so hard, because even if I'm craving a different food, I can't be able to get it because I can't get it easily around me. So yeah, and some locations are family oriented, some are like party, you know. So think about what you really want and how accessible it is to things you want before going for an apartment. Okay, so location is number one priority. Another thing to think about is the place safe? The location, the place you want to get an apartment, is it safe? When we were moving out of London and we wanted to get an apartment, I had to go on Google and search some locations I saw. Like for example, we wanted to move to West Croydon. So when we did research on Google, like West Croydon, I found out that it has like high crime rates and it's not safe to work at night. And I work at night, so if I can't live in a place, I can't be able to move around at night and I will not feel safe. So make sure you research the location online, check their crime rates, and know if this is what you want. Especially if you're a family person, you have kids, maybe teenagers. Trust me, you don't want to live in a high crime rate area for the sake of your kids, especially teenagers. So please research the location, check the crime rates before you move. Okay? Number 2, check the house condition. Guys, do not let pictures to deceive you, okay? Do not let pictures deceive you. Most times when you check all those houses online and you see pictures that they post, it might not be the same when you go and view it in person. So do not let the picture deceive you. And sometimes you will not even know the condition of the house until winter. Okay, let me give you an example of when we just moved to the UK, my husband got an apartment in London. We didn't know that the condition of the house was horrible until during winter. During winter, guys, we couldn't stay in that house because every three days we were cleaning the house of mold. The house was always cold, super cold, like the house was terrible. It wasn't a place to live during winter. That house was not a good place to live during winter. We had moles growing all the time. The house is always wet. You get like, you wake up in the morning and you step your foot on the floor, it's water. I'll be like, where is this water coming from? Water were coming from the wall. Like, water was dropping from up. Like, water was dripping everywhere. And trust me, we were not doing anything. You just wake up and sleep. The rug we had to take it out from the floor because the rug at a point was soaked with water. Guys, like, it's terrible. And that is why we had to leave to this place, because we don't want to experience another winter in that house. It's gonna be crazy. So always check the condition of the house. Is it very ventilated? Does it have a strong protection when it comes to winter? Is it going to be like, you need to check the condition, ask questions, ask the person that is taking you around. Make sure the house is not in a dampy area, would I say, because my former place, when you go outside, the land is always wet. Like, you would know this is the cause of the reason why this house is always wet, because when you go out, like when you go to the field, it's always wet. It's like it's sinking, you get. So make sure you check the condition of the house properly. Like, if possible, I think the best time to look for house or to go house hunting is during winter period. I know it's crazily cold, but that is when you would know the real condition of the house, because if it's not winter, you can hardly tell, until you move in. So check the condition very well. So number 3 on my list is tenancy agreements. Okay, this one is very, very important, guys. Tenancy agreement. Like, look, you need to read your tenancy agreement. You need to know what it is about it. Like, you need to settle down and read your agreement, okay, with your landlord. And most of the time, based on, like, if you don't, there are so many things that are written in your agreement that you might not go through it. Then it's maybe when you want to leave, they'll start pointing it out to you, and by then, because you didn't really go through it thoroughly, you would just put yourself in trouble. You need to know how long is the tenancy agreement for. Some landlord, they will say, okay, you have to be in this house for 1 year, and there are break laws. Some landlords do not give break clause. Some landlords give 6-month break clause. I would advise you that any house you're moving into, make sure you have at least 6 months break clause. If a landlord is telling you have for 1 year and that is it, no break clause, I think you should think about it very well. Like, I don't know, though the house we currently live in do not have 6-month break clause, and I'm mad because now I don't like the environment and I'm stuck because I cannot live within 6 months. I can't leave. I have to stay for 1 year. The house is cool, everything is fine, but accessibility is not cool. Like, I can access a lot of things, and this is not what I want. So that is why I don't really like this place. It's not because of the house. The house is awesome. It's very beautiful, spacious, but the environment is not suitable for me and my family, okay? Because we are Africans, we need a place that has African food, okay? Next one is community. You need to consider your community when renting an apartment, especially if you're moving to the UK for the first time. Look for a Black community, Asian, I don't know, community of your tribe to live in. See, I feel like it's always better to live in a community that suits you, like where you're coming from. Maybe look for a place that is dominated, mostly you can find Asian people, or look for a place that you can find African people. The reason I'm saying this is not because I want you to, like, I don't want you to, you know, explore UK. No, look, the reason I'm suggesting to always look for your own community and get an apartment there is because when you move to a community that is you, for example, you're an African coming into the UK and you look for an apartment in African community, things will be easier for you because getting African food will be easier, making African friends, you know, like having a community is very important because here the Brits, the locals are very reserved people. You don't want to stay in a place that you feel lonely. Loneliness is real in the UK. So moving to a Black community is going to favor you because you guys know how you do it in Africa. So coming to the UK, you will meet your tribe who will help you navigate the UK, help you understanding the country better. Trust me, you do not want to go and live in a white dominated community as an African person in the UK. It's gonna be freaking lonely. I'll make another video to tell you what I expect in the UK and my reality right now. Look, I'm telling you, please, if you're an African person or an Asian person moving into the UK, look for your community and live there, because you will have access to the things you're used to from your country. You would make friends with your tribe. They will show you around UK. They will tell you the necessary things you need. It is very important to join a community when you move to this country because as a newbie, you don't know so many things. It's people who have been here for long that are going to show you around. And I like the UK for one thing, like the African community, the Asian, they are very supportive of each other. Like when you come here and you find your own community, you find your tribe, they are super supportive. They are going to put you through, they're going to help you through. They are going to help make living in the UK a lot more fun. Trust me, if you go stay in a white dominated community, you're just going to be alone now. You're going to be alone wolf. Like, you are just going to be alone. You will not be able to talk to anyone because you cannot relate to them. They cannot relate to you guys. But if you stay in a Black community or an Asian community, you guys understand yourself, so it will be easier to blend in, to live and to have fun. Okay, then another one is the place you're looking for an apartment. Does it have everything you need? Yes, you need to check the apartment properly if it has. Once you're going for your viewing, you need to check the apartment properly to know if the apartment has everything you need, because it's super important. Let's take for example now where, like, I'm so not cool because this place does not have a balcony. So when I wash my clothes, I'm forced to dry it in the room, in the sitting room or the other room, which is not cool. If it has a balcony, I could be drying my clothes at the balcony. So make sure the house you're looking for, especially if you're a family person, if you're moving into the UK with your family, your kids, and all, make sure the house has balcony. Make sure the house, if you have an infant and you need stroller, make sure the house has like a platform where you can just push your stroller. It does not have steps. Make sure the house has everything you need. Okay, check it thoroughly make sure it has everything you need, because you do not want to move to a place where you be like, oh, I wish it has this, I wish it has this. So before you start looking for an apartment, I'm thinking you should make a note. What are the things that are important to you? What are the things that you think your house should have, which is important? Then make notes. So when you go to the house, check it. Another most important thing is make sure the house has a parking spot, because you can't go and be paying so much for house rent and you're still paying for parking space. Some apartments or some buildings do not have a parking space, so you have to pay for a parking space. Some building does not have a parking space, so you have to pay for parking space like every month, which is another expenses you don't want. Make sure the house has a free parking space for you, like free, okay? You don't want that extra expenses, okay? Ask the landlord, this house, does it have free parking space? It's very important, because if you do not, you're going to be paying for parking every month, which is not cool. Another thing is, like, around the area, how many minutes do you have to walk to get to the train station or to get to the bus station? If you have to walk like 20 minutes to get to the bus station, run. Please, you don't want to stay in a place that you have to walk that long. So like where I stay now, I have to walk like 8 or 9 minutes to get to the train station or bus station. To me, it's still far, because where I was staying before, my previous place, it's just like 3 minutes walk and I'm at the bus station. 5 minutes walk, I'm at the train station. If I want to get something from off-license store, it's like 3 minutes walk. So make sure everything is close to you, because there are some days that you be at home, you be super tired and you need to get stuff, but you think of how long you need to walk to get to a nearby store. It will be so discouraging. So think about that when getting an apartment in the UK. Okay, the last one, which is the most important one, is read your contract. Like, guys, I can't exaggerate this enough. Like, when moving to the UK, make sure you read your contract. You need to take a whole day out and read the contract. Read everything you need to, because look, you need to know that in the UK, when you rent an apartment and you're moving out, you're supposed to leave the house the same way you met it. You get? It's in the contract. So if you did not read your contract, you will not know this. You're supposed to hire a professional cleaner to come clean the house and leave it the same way you met it. The house is supposed to be properly clean. So I would advise you, if you're looking for your house, make sure the house is painted with like oil paint. You know, oil paint, because most of the houses in the UK are always painted white. Make sure the white paint is oil, so you can if there's any stain on the wall, you can easily clean it. But if it's not oil paint, if it's just a normal paint, when you're leaving the house and the house is stained, maybe the walls are stained, you need to buy paint and repaint the house. Yes. So yes. And if the house has rugs, you need to maintain the rug. The rug needs to be as neat as it was when you moved in. You need to keep the house clean and tidy. You need to take good care of the house, because trust me, you do not want to pay for damages when you're leaving. When you're renting the house, they have deposit or no deposit. Deposit means like you're going to pay some percentage of the rent, and that money will be somewhere until when you're ready to leave. When you're ready to leave, they will come and assess the house and see if there are any damages done to the stuff, to the things. If they find out that you damaged some things, is that deposit that you kept that they will use to fix everything that has been damaged. Not depositing any money. Okay, whether you pay for your deposit or you do not pay for your deposit, you're still going to fix the house if it's bad. Though there are some things that the landlord will fix and there are things that the tenant will fix. So they have like a rule book. Like, there are certain things that will be damaged in the house that it will be landlord's responsibilities, and there are certain things that will be damaged in the house that it will be the tenant's responsibility. So read your contract, know your responsibilities, know the things that you're responsible for when it goes bad, so you take care of it So when you read your contract, all these things are listed in the contract. If you got value from this video, you need to subscribe. Come on, kindly give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe, and comment. And if you're living in the UK, you've rented so many apartments, and you have tips or you have contribution to this video, please kindly drop it in the comment section, because a lot of people go through the comment section. So your comments will be really appreciated. Okay, dropping your comments and sharing your thoughts and contributing to this video means a whole lot to me and means a whole lot to people who are reading it. So please drop your comments, and if you're watching this video, always go through the comment section. There are people who are already living in the UK who have amazing tips to share with you in the comment section. So thank you so much, my people. Thank you for watching this video, and bye bye.